Katara in the live action adaptation sucks. I guess you were expecting a better breakdown than that. Well, don't worry, because I'm gonna give it to you. The issues I have with Katara go beyond the bad acting, and let me be clear, the acting is bad.
Stop! You're making a mistake! He's the Avatar!
Well, we won't get any answers until he wakes up. We need to let him rest.
But remember what Mom told us too. She said that we have to protect those who can protect themselves.
This is not up for debate.
I've been fighting firebenders ever since I left home. They've been stuck behind this wall for so long, they've become frozen in time.
No. The issues I have has more to do with the writing. The writers deserve more blame than this poor actress. In order to truly break down my issues with the writing, we have to look back at the animated series. What makes Katara in the animated series is how kind she is. She's caring. You know, she's supportive. She's a good listener. She's very much a mom. She's the mom of the group. She's the adult in the room. That's her role. They even joke about how much of a mom she is.
What do you think, Aang? Do I act like a mom?
Well,
Stop rubbing your eye and speak clearly when you talk.
And she's like that from the very beginning. But even more than that, what makes Katara is her fire, her passion. Katara is a firecracker.
You are the most sexist, immature, nut-brained... Don't yell at him. Aang would never turn his back on anyone. Will you please shut your air hole? Believe it or not, your infinite wisdom gets a little old sometimes. You're a horrible old man.
Katara doesn't take shit from anyone. It doesn't matter who you are. She'll come after you if you go after someone she loves, or if you have any sexist attitudes. For some weird reason, this fire, it's missing in the adaptation. It's simply not there. I have no idea why they made that decision. That fire, that passion, it's not there. She's more timid, more shy, and more reserved in the adaptation. And I'm not sure why they made that decision. According to the writers, they wanted to be more progressive, and they said some of the writing in the animation was behind the times. But if that's the case, and they wanted to modernize it, why would they choose this route? Why would you make her more shy? They turned the girl character into the shy, reserved one, which you would think would be the opposite approach if they wanted to go the more modern route. It's weird, right? Katara's characterization is so strange. Because that fire is gone, I don't know what this character is, but it ain't Katara. Remember when I talked about Katara being the adult in the room? Well, in the adaptation, she's more of a kid, more so than she is in the original show. If anything, Sokka in the adaptation is more of the adult in the room. He's kind of like the father figure, which is interesting. Katara is more innocent and young. Katara comes across more as the child, whereas in the animated show, she very much has that adult presence about her. Katara in the animated show carries herself as an adult versus how it's portrayed here. She's very much the kid in the adaptation. So she went from fiery mom to bland kid. Why? I have no idea. It's a choice. In the adaptation, Aang is more serious and Katara is more like a kid. They swapped it a bit for some reason. In the animated series, Katara is far more dynamic. She has flaws. She's not perfect. She's jealous of Aang and his waterbending abilities at first. Also, because she comes across as a mom, her teammates can find her kind of annoying. Once again, this is missing from the show. Katara is far more bland and far more static in the adaptation. Katara in the original show wears her emotions on her sleeve. She's vulnerable. A lot of that is simply missing from the adaptation, I have to say. Okay, let's talk about sexism. In the original show, her brother Sokka has sexist attitudes, and she deals with that early on. Later on, it's bookended by her dealing with that in the Northern Water Tribe when talking to the elders about waterbending. It's a little bit of an arc that she has in the show. It starts with her brother, and then ends in the Northern Water Tribe. For some reason, In order to modernize it, I guess, they took away Sokka's sexism. So when it happens at the end of the season, it kind of comes out of nowhere. It would have made more sense to follow what they did in the animated show. I guess they didn't want Sokka to be sexist, which is dumb because it's an arc that he has, that he learned from, that kids can learn from too. So why bother taking that away from him? It doesn't make sense. All right, let's talk about Katara and water bending. This is a weird one. In the animated show, Katara is a natural waterbender. She's frustrated with how she's not getting it. On the path to the Northern Water Tribe, her and Aang both work on waterbending. So by the time they get to the north, Katara is excellent and Aang is pretty good at waterbending. But of course, the reason why they're going to the north is to find Aang a master. And they're hoping when they get there, a master, like someone like Pakku, can teach Aang and Katara how to waterbend properly and they can develop their skills.
I'm impressed. You are an excellent waterbender.
But you still won't teach me, will you?
No.
At first, Pakku won't train Katara, but ultimately he comes around, and by the time the season is over, she's dubbed a master.
Katara, you've advanced more quickly than any student I've ever trained.
That's what happens in the animated show. So Aang leaves the Northern Water Tribe with a master in Katara. After she got some training, Aang also learns under Pakku, all right? In the live action adaptation, Katara is a self-taught master. I repeat, in the live action adaptation, Katara is a self-taught master. When she gets to the Northern Water Tribe, again, just like the original show, Pakku won't train her because she's a girl. She challenges him, and then in the end, Katara does not train under Pakku at all. Not one lesson, and he dubs her a master.
After all, the Avatar still has to learn waterbending.
In that case, he couldn't have asked for a better master.
Make it make sense. So Katara didn't need any training, according to the writers, which goes against what she said in the show, because by her own admission, she needs help with accuracy.
I think my basic forms are pretty good, but I could use help with accuracy and increasing power. Waterbending Master Zero will be able to take me to the next level.
Folks, do you understand how dumb this is? This whole time, Aang was traveling with the master and he didn't train not once. Katara does not train Aang at all on the journey. Why? It's one thing if Katara is not a master or Katara is struggling, but she's a badass on the way to the north. So why is she not training Aang? Why are they not training together? It doesn't make sense. They're on the path to the north to learn waterbending. Katara is a master according to Pakku, a self-trained master, and they're not training at all together? She's not teaching him anything? It's dumb. There's no way around it, it's dumb. Why is Katara a self-taught master? Why can she not learn under Pakku like she did in the original? There's like social commentary happening here. What are you saying? Katara don't need no man to teach her how to waterbend? I'm sorry, but that's where your mind can go when you get crap like this. When logic is absent, your mind can wander. That's where your mind can go. They have to stop doing that. Not a single lesson, and she's a master. And she did not teach Aang a damn thing on the path there. It's asinine. It's dumb.
You little peasant! You found a master, haven't you?
No, you fool. She's the master. She didn't need a single lesson. A lot of these adaptations are like, hey, we're going to replace it with something that works for live action, but they don't actually replace it with anything interesting. There's nothing that Katara does that is interesting or compelling in the adaptation. It's simply not there. They said the cartoon is problematic, but then they changed Katara to a bland, boring, quiet character. I don't get it. Yeah, it's just not great. I guess now that she's a master with no training, she's going to be the one that teaches Aang, which is fine, but she should have been teaching him the whole entire time. It simply does not make any sense. If you consider the three of them, Katara, Aang, and Sokka, her adaptation is the worst by far. It's bad. The actress does not help, unfortunately. Everything about her is kind of a drag. That's the honest truth. What were your thoughts, guys? Did you enjoy Katara in the adaptation? Was she your favorite? Were you disappointed? Let me know. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Peace.